Friends, do you remember in our last writing unit when we were writing about things that were close to our heart? We wrote a lot of small moment stories about things that we knew a lot about, and we were really good storytellers. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes? Do you guys remember in your writing folders you have something like this that you filled out? And then any time that you needed an idea of what can I write about today? What kind of story do I want? You could pull out the things that were close to your heart, and you could write about one of those things, right? Well, we're doing informational books now, aren't we? And we talked a couple of days ago. Remember when I showed you this book? We talked about how informational books are a lot different than storybooks, aren't they? Does anyone remember a way that informational books are different than storybooks? Marley?
Because we're not, I don't really know.
You don't remember? Evan?
Because you're not reading you're telling them and reading them. It's like both combined, learning and reading.
Okay, like it's a combination of learning and reading. When we read storybooks, we're just reading for fun. We're reading to learn about things that happen to other people or to hear funny stories, right? But when we are reading an informational book, we are reading to do what? Evan, I think you just told me. Why are we reading informational books? We're reading
because
to...
we want to learn.
We want to learn, right? We want to learn lots of cool things. And so guess what, friends? You guys know lots of cool things. You knew lots of great stories to tell. You had lots of great stories. But now you guys are going to help me be a teacher. You guys think you can be teachers? Raise your hand if you're excited about being a teacher. Okay. You guys are going to be writing your own informational books. And when we looked through this shark book a couple of days ago, we looked at all the cool facts that were in here. Do you remember that? Lots of cool facts. And we learned a lot of really cool things about sharks. But you know what? I was thinking that don't you guys know a lot of cool things too that you could teach people about? Do you think so? What are some things you know a lot about that you could teach somebody? CJ?
I know about turtles.
Oh, you know a lot about turtles? That would be good. Michaela? Dolphins. I know because you want to be a dolphin trainer, right? Jasmine?
Cats.
Cats. That's a great thing. And
Dogs.
You know about dogs, Marley?
Dolphins.
Dolphins too. You guys could team up and write a dolphin book together. Dayton?
Cheetahs.
You know a lot about cheetahs? Well, you know what? I have a whole box full of books here that you guys might be interested in.
She's in the middle of
We have books about weather. We have a blizzard here. We have books about beautiful birds. Look at that. Oh, baby chicks. What's this one?
Colorful leaves.
Yeah, we know lots about colorful leaves, don't we? Back from the fall. Bears. Weather, the moon, all kinds of great things. And you know what? These are just books that an author wrote because they knew a lot about that thing, about that topic. And so you know what? I'm going to help you guys think today about some things that you know a lot about. I'm going to show you something. I made a little chart up here this morning. Can you guys help me read this? It says,
I am an expert.
I am an expert. What's an expert? Evan?
It means you're good at something. It means that you're awesome at something.
You're awesome at something. You know a lot about something, right? If someone wanted to know about animals, who might we ask in our class? Evan. He always knows a lot about animals.
Yeah.
What if I wanted to know a lot about drawing? Who could I ask?
Dayton.
We could ask Dayton because Dayton knows tons of things about drawing. What about if I wanted to know a lot about wrestling? Who could I ask? CJ or Nolan.
Or me.
Or Allison,
Or
because
me.
she's a wrestler. Yeah, we have lots of experts in here. So we're going to talk today about some things that we know a lot about. Now, if I were going to try to fill out my own expert chart, it says I'm an expert and I know a lot about, I have to think about all the things I know a lot about. And you know what? All of us know about a lot of different things, don't we? Joshua, can I have your eyes and ears, please? We know a lot about lots of different things. And I'm trying to think, if I were going to write, what do I know a lot about? Well, you know what? One thing I know a lot about is, are you ready for this one? First graders. Who knew that? Who said I knew a lot about first graders? You're right, CJ. About first graders, because first graders are awesome, and I love learning about first graders. Okay, so I know a lot about first graders. What else do I know a lot about? I know a lot about, there's lots of things. You know what? Do you know what else I know a lot about? Doing laundry. Because how many kids do I have?
5? 4?
6, that's right. 6 kids kids, and you know what we do a lot of at our house?
Laundry.
Laundry, that's right. So I know a lot about doing laundry. Oh, I don't like doing all that laundry, but I know a lot about it. There's my little laundry basket. Remember, I'm not a very good artist. I need Dayton's help when I do drawing. What, honey? You think I know a lot about yoga? You know, I know a little bit about yoga, but I'm not going to put that on my chart that I'm an expert about because I only know a little bit. I don't really know a whole lot about it. Let's see. What else might I know a lot about? I know a lot about, one of my favorite places in the whole world to go. School is one of my favorite places. You're right. I do know a lot about school, but I also know a lot about, how about this place right here that I love?
Your house?
Florida, that's right. I know a lot about Florida. And I'm going to draw, oops, I'm not a good artist, remember that. I'm going to draw a little palm tree here so that I don't forget what I was writing about.
Mama.
That is the most terrible palm tree I've ever seen, but I'll still remember it.
You need to do.
Okay, so I know a lot about first graders. I know a lot about doing laundry. I know a lot about Florida. What else do I know a lot about? I think I also know a lot about...
Driving? Teaching.
Ooh, driving. That's a good one. I do know a lot about driving. I could teach people a lot of things about driving, about how to use their car and the rules that we have to follow when we drive. That was a great idea. I love that one. So I'm going to write, I know a lot about driving.
What about teaching?
No, I'm not going to draw a car because it wouldn't even look like a car. So I'm going to instead draw, let's see.
A wheel?
Yeah, there you go. How about a steering wheel? And I'll remember that that means driving. Teaching? Yeah, I know a lot about teaching. I don't know if I'm an expert yet. What, honey?
You know a lot about wrestling?
You
know a lot about your sons.
I do know a lot about my children. I could write lots of books about them. What else? I'm trying. One of my favorite things in the whole world.
School. Nope, I don't think so. Huh? Hockey.
Hockey. Mrs. Swanepoel loves hockey, don't I?
Me too.
So I'm going to draw, there's my hockey stick and my puck. I know a lot about hockey.
You know a lot about school.
I do know a lot about school, you're right. Gee, I could make that one.
What about yours?
Maybe I'll write that one, CJ, because I think you're right. I know a lot about school. So I think I will draw...
A little house of school.
Yeah, a little schoolhouse.
I don't really know which things I could do because
Let's think. Oh, one of my favorite things I know about dogs, especially golden retrievers, because I have a golden retriever. You have seen pictures of her before. You know a lot about dogs too?
I named Jonathan have a golden retriever.
You have a golden retriever as well?
I know a lot about
Well, you know what? Let's see, I'll write that one right up here. I know a lot about dogs.
Can you write a dog?
Oh my goodness, I don't know if I can write a dog.
I
I'm
can
so
write one.
bad at that, but I'll try.
I don't want to write one.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
That's
That's my dog. We'll pretend.
I like dog.
I want you guys to think for a second. Those are some of the things that I'm an expert about. And if I wanted to write an informational book, I know I could pick up some paper right now and I could write a whole book about how to do laundry. I could write all about that. I could write about what you need to do the laundry, and I could write about how you do the laundry, and I could write about why you have to do laundry. I could write a whole book about that. And I could write a whole book, Evan, about hockey. Who plays hockey, what kind of equipment we need for hockey, all the rules of hockey. Oh, I could write all kinds of stuff about that. Can you guys think of some things that you know a lot about? I want you to just close your eyes because what is the thing that I know the most about in the whole world? I want to see all of your eyes up here. Turn and look at me. Okay, close your eyes and think about something you know a lot about. And then give me a thumbs up when you think that you have it. Okay. All right, close those eyes. Or open those eyes. I'm sorry, they already closed those. Open those eyes. Okay. I want you to turn to the person next to you. Now it's your whole body, just your head. Turn and talk. Tell the person next to you what you know a lot about. Tell them one thing that you are an expert about.
She doesn't say that. I'm an expert about
Okay, eyes back here. I heard someone who's an expert at wrestling. I heard someone who's an expert at fishing. I heard someone who was an expert at dogs. So I hear lots of experts out there. We could write a whole library about all the things that we know about, couldn't we?
I wish we had real books that were empty.
You wish we had what?
Real books that were books that were heavy that had us.
We're going to, CJ. You're going to be writing all kinds of books about things you know. You know what, boys and girls? I have my expert chart up here. But how many of you could write a whole book about doing laundry?
No,
Probably not, because you guys probably aren't experts at doing laundry yet, are you?
I
So, I'm going to wait for this. So we want you guys to have your own expert chart. Something that you can do that shows just the things that you are really good at. Okay? Joshua, will you please stop and take a look at me, please? Thank you. So we want you guys to have your own chart about the things that you are an expert about. Because the things that I'm an expert about are very different than the things that you're an expert about, right? And the things that Bryant is an expert about are probably very different than the things that Jasmine's an expert about. Because they're different people and they know different things, right? So, look what I have for you. What does this look like?
The thing that you wrote.
Yeah, it's your own expert chart, isn't it? And it says the same thing that mine does. I am an expert, and I know a lot about. And what do you think that I'm going to ask you guys to do?
Did you write that?
I did write that for you. Yeah. What do you guys think that I'm going to want you to do in here? CJ?
Then we made this for my trainer season and all the stuff that we know most what's about.
Did you guys see how I wrote the things that I knew?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard to remember what we wrote, or we don't know how to spell it exactly perfect. And so you can always draw a little picture like I did to help you remember, okay? So maybe I want you to write the things that you know you're an expert about. And then, okay, Evan, you're interrupting. I want you to write about the things that you are an expert about, and then you might want to draw a little picture to help you remember, okay? Because guess what? Just like you kept your things that were close to your heart, paper inside your writing folder so that you could remember all of the things that you could write about when you're writing small moment stories. This expert paper is going to help you remember all of the things that you can write about that you know a lot about for informational books, okay? And it's kind of cool because the I is for information, and it's also for I am an expert. So you guys are going to be able to do the same thing I just did. So that when you get ready to write books, you don't have to go, what can I write about today? You're just being able to go, where's my expert chart? And you'll pull it out and go, oh, I have not written yet about Florida. So today, that's what I'm going to write about. Okay? Will that help you, do you think, to be able to have ideas when you're writing? All right, Marley?
I don't know what mine is. Not my expert.
Well, you don't need this anymore. We took these out and cleaned out our folders because we're starting a whole new unit, remember? So we're going to be doing expert ones. This one, we don't need our small moment ones anymore. We need our expert ones. All right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get these passed out to you. And I'm